Ask Ramon SEO to the double TV funnel in these bookies like 1, 2, 3. They tapping out and we cashing now. It's plain to see. The morning scheme is the A-team, Mr. T. And I pity the fools who can't hang. Coming with real game is sort of a freight train. It's been reported bank rolls are easy to maintain. So get situated and listen to the picks. And it goes a little something like this.
All right, gang, and pleasant good morning to you from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott. Welcome to the Morning Steam for our big Saturday of action here, August 24th, and I'm ready to roll here with college basketball, college football. We're ready to roll. I wish it was college basketball too, but we've got games here in college football coming up in a short while, including the big one from Dublin, Ireland. It's going to be awesome. Florida State in action here. We're going to look at 4 games in college football today. Yeah, there are a few other select ones in there. We're going to look at the ones you could kind of hang your hat on here today, but the big one with Florida State and Georgia Tech coming up in a short while, and also SMU and Nevada, a couple other games we'll talk about as well. Try to skip through the Major League Baseball games. There's some WNBA action, and of course, there's Major League Baseball. So hello, everyone, and welcome to the show. We're going to quickly move through everything here and just try to at least get the picks out there in a timely fashion here. Let me see what's going on here today. Make sure I'm all set up, all perfect. I've been crunching the figures here, get ready to roll. We got scores and action here in English soccer as well today. So let's take a look, see who's here on the show. Dre is here. Johnny's here. Hello. And Daniel says, you know what, just get rid of some of these games. I think we're ready to skip one. Could we skip the Tigers White Sox game today, or should we make a pick in that one? I don't know. Here's Blake as well today. Fernando is here. Just saying hello to everyone. Give you a moment. I'm here, so we got to get rolling. Hey, like this video, subscribe to our channel, Tony's Picks, here on YouTube, the 42,000 subscriber juggernaut. Curtis is here today, and Twisted says, what are you doing with NFL preseason? We've got college football to talk about today. I'm going to go over to Tony'sPicks.com and see who did well on the website yesterday. Jorge Gonzalez on top there, the handicapper leaderboards with a win yesterday. There's Rod Zawacki there, 2-1 yesterday for 67%. The 2 old ladies that bet consensus in there. With the 2-1 record, Hollywood Sam 4-2 yesterday. Ron Hahn 4-2 yesterday. Also, Brandon Check is there 1-0. OG Cappers VIP 1-0. Tiffany Mance 2-1. Stephen Duncan 4-3, and the Tony's Picks VIP account goes 2-1. We delivered some premium pick winners here yesterday, including the Phoenix Mercury and the Atlanta Dream to go under. I also had the Minnesota Lynx as a premium pick winner over the Las Vegas Aces in WNBA action. We also had premium pick winners in Major League Baseball, including the Arizona Diamondbacks yesterday. Premium pick winner here for me. Also, Angels, Blue Jays game yesterday. We had that one going over. That was a premium pick winner as well. And also, Team Steam had some nice winners yesterday. Remember, we had the Pittsburgh Pirates there, consensus winner, also consensus winner with the Padres here yesterday. You guys had a good one there. Is also, we took the Tigers, sure, against the White Sox, no problem there. Good pick by the crew. And we're going to pin it on you to give us some more winners here today. Last 7 days, Mindy Hahn up 11.5 units to lead the way. Ron Hahn here up over 60%. over the last 7 days. Also, OG Cappers VIP here, 6-2. We're rolling with this steam right now, everybody. Let me get these to you here. Rod Zawacki up there, 4-2 last week. We're not going to. Rod's rolling with us now. Rod's here with us, and Stephen Duncan also up 2 3/4 units. Last 30 days here. Scott Double Shooty up there over 11 units. Brandon Check up over 7 units. Tony's Picks VIP up over 6 3/4 units. Daniel Walasachuk up over 6 units, as is Joseph Schultz. Click on the All Cappers tab, find the handicappers and the handicapper of your choice. You can click on their handicapper profile page, and that's how you would get signed up. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save 15% off all premium pick packages, including mine here on Saturday. Right now, I'm ready to roll with my college football premium 3-pack today for $25. Get my 3 best plays on today's college football card over at Tony'sPicks.com when you use that promo code TonyT at checkout, and also my premium pick package today in MMA Fight Night tonight. We do have a fight card here from Las Vegas, and I've got 5-pack of plays up there, including a pick in the main event between Cannonier and Brajalo in the middleweight bout here in the Apex tonight. So check it out here at Tony'sPicks.com. Use that promo code TonyT at checkout. Save 15%. All right, we got a few more people to say hello to, and then we'll just get rolling. We got to get rolling. There's no doubt about it. Mr. Tomatoes is here, and so is Howard Hogan, and so is Nate Cerna. All right, let's get rolling here. Top of the show here with the Florida State Seminoles going over there to Dublin, Ireland, taking on the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. And where do these teams stand right now? As we know where they stand heading into the season. Certainly right now we're looking for the Florida State Seminoles to pick up where they left off. I would assume they're loaded up again. They've got recruits coming in. We put that little run of whatever was going on at Florida State there for a couple of years. It seems like we put it behind, and we got Florida State here in the back into the national championship picture once again. No matter what happened last year, that was a bummer. It shouldn't have happened that way, but it did. And maybe it gives Florida State even more motivation this year to go out and have a great season. And it's certainly going to be tough here playing a neutral site game against the Georgia Tech team that, well, they're kind of the same thing. They were able to put aside some of their, crummy years that they had. They're very, I guess, un-Georgia Tech-like, compared to some of their history anyway. And right now, certainly after a bowl game win last year, pretty good news there for Georgia Tech. But still going to be up against it here, I would think, against Florida State here in Dublin, Ireland today. You got DJ Uungale here for Florida State. I mean, it doesn't matter how many stops the guy's made. He definitely is at the point where, hey, this is it for him. He's got himself on a national championship contender if he's going to hold true to his career path, if you will, trajectory. Maybe he's underachieved at this point, but here he is on Florida State. So they've got some pretty top-notch defenders too, including Marvin Jones, of course, came over from Georgia. So, with Georgia Tech, you're still going to get that same little package. You're going to get Haynes King. He can run it a little bit. He can pass it a little bit. He's got some talented guys, but still, they just seem like maybe a 500 club at best in a tough conference. So go ahead and put some plays in if you want here. I'm going to take the under in this one as my play here on the show. I've got the premium pick in there, but I'm going to try the under in this one. Can Georgia Tech really put up some big points against some of these big boys here of Florida State? And the move's been on Georgia Tech, no doubt. Florida State was as high as a 13-point favorite here. So maybe the Tech has taken the attention of the public, maybe the sharps a little bit too, but nonetheless here, mostly 10.5s out there now. I'll call it 10.5 here, but go ahead and put a pick in if you want. We're starting with college football today, and it's exciting. We got to get this show going and get off the air, right? Thomas Lewis, Georgia Tech, and over. Joe Alvarado, hello. humble and gentle. Hello, Howard's going to be on FSU. We can't get through one game, and John says this one's fishy already. Here, how so, John? Should Florida State be? And you don't think that this Georgia Tech program's turn it around, or you don't think that Florida State? I'm sure he's saying Florida State should be favored by more. I'm thinking that's the way John's looking at it. Here's Twisted says Florida State and the over here. And I think Bobby's saying Georgia Tech points all day. Is that what he's saying there? Uh, all right. Thank you, Nate. And that's it. That's it. You guys are out of suggestions here in the game today. So should be cool though. Coming from Ireland today, we don't have to watch Notre Dame at least. Oh, sorry, Notre Dame fans. All right, let's keep it rolling here with college football with Montana State taking on New Mexico. And, well, plenty of news here, I would guess, coming into this one with, Montana State here now a 13.5-point favorite. It is the biggest point spread ever in. Let me just get a little bit of Hakeem Williams is going to be out for Florida State today. That just coming in here right now. The wide receiver for the Seminoles, he'll be out today. That one just popping up on my radar here. I'm not going to change my handicap. They're pretty deep, but that one just came down the high-speed sports wire. All right. Continuing on, though, here, Montana State taking on New Mexico. It is the largest spread ever between an FCS team and an FBS team. New Mexico, make fun of them a lot. They lost a lot. They never had a lot here lately. They're one of the worst teams in the country right now, it looks like, coming into the season. But they have a pretty good coach in Bronco Mendenhall that hopefully they can get something going a little bit at New Mexico. They, lost players. They lost players to even transfers a little bit. Maybe they just wanted out of Dodge. Everybody transfers nowadays. So if you got a little bit of success, maybe you can go on and go to another school, even if you're at the University of New Mexico. You can maybe move up to bigger and better things. Nonetheless, they're going to be up against it here against Montana State. Montana State's one of the best teams in the country in FCS football, that is. You're basically looking at like a top 5 or higher team in FCS against a bottom 5 team of FBS. So it is kind of a neat, not neat, but interesting contrast. See how this one shakes down. And so far, the experts have said by far it's Montana State. This one opened back at as low as 7.5, I believe, for Montana State. Now that never gained much traction. It was up towards 10.5 by the time the line got rolling out a little bit, but still, nonetheless, it's up to 13.5 now. So you're really laying a little bit of a premium here. You could kind of say, you know what, I could have had a better line if I was awake or something like that, but I don't know. I'm pretty fond of Montana State here, and I'm pretty fond of their defense too, actually, in this one. So I think they will be able to kind of stymie them here a little bit. I'm going to go here with Montana State still. I'm only going to take it here on the show. Like I said, I mean, you're laying an unprecedented number, really, here. But I will say this, that when the FCS and FBS teams have matched up, when the FCS team has been favored, they've taken care of business. And when, like I said, never been this high. I think the highest previous was maybe like 4 or 5 points. They've covered those numbers too. So I'm going to just take Montana State here. New Mexico may have problems even getting more than a couple of touchdowns, I would think, here in this one. So, again, just not enough returnees, really. 2 starters on offense for New Mexico last year. FCS teams of small dogs, 3 points or less, and if they're favored against an FBS team, they are 17-9-2 against the spread in those games, and FCS favorites of 4 points or more over that span is 6-1 against the spread. So I'm going to take Montana State here. Let's see if you guys are going in. Look, there's definitely an argument to be made that New Mexico will have a little bit, we'll have a little bit of Division I talent here. All right. Twisted is on Montana State and over in this one. And here's Montana State for Tremaine. And I'm talking up the defense. I want you to watch out for my man, Blake Schmidt of Montana State. That's my guy. So maybe I'm homering it a little bit with the Bobcats here. But here's Darren here today. Here's Howard saying go under in this one. And Bobby, I think, is saying New Mexico State lay the points all day. Also, Darren, Bobby's saying take the point. New Mexico, take the points. Don't want to get Bobby on the wrong side there. Darren on New Mexico, and Blake wants to go under in this one. Jacoby, Montana State. And Nate says, you know what, New Mexico still at home. They'll play better at home, but what kind of advantage can they really have here? Nobody's really too interested in this program, it feels like. And Nate likes it 27-17. All right, gang, I'm going to keep the show moving if you don't mind and go with the SMU Mustangs. A lot of momentum here for the SMU Mustangs. Pony Express back here. Feels like a lot of hype for this team coming in with Preston Stone at quarterback, and they returned 16 starters off one of the best season ever, maybe since the Pony Express, it feels like, for SMU. Now, this one opened as low as 18.5 in the early release lines in the summer, so they're laying almost 10 points more than that. But again, they're comparatively one of the better teams around here. And when they were up against some weaker teams last year, SMU did the job. And Nevada, the outlook isn't good for Nevada, and they've had some controversy here, but they with their coaching, but they have a new coach in there right now. Probably do a pretty good job once he gets rolling, but it just feels like right now Nevada not really ranked very well up in the power rankings at all. So SMU doesn't have they're missing some of their best players, I guess, is kind of the talk here, but man, they should have much, much more talent here in this one. And I would expect SMU here to still roll in this one. And I'm going to go ahead and lay 4 touchdowns with SMU today. I would imagine that Nevada, that total also to me still feels pretty high, even though you'd have to look at, I think I could even figure this one out, right? You'd have to think 56 divided by 2, that's 28. And I've got 2 touchdowns on each side, right? So what is it going to be? 42-14. I could even see that right there. Boom, 42-14. How about 45-10? That's still 55. 42-10, somewhere right in there. I'm going to take SMU as my preferred play. Maybe I'm trying to talk myself into an under, but I don't know if I can get there with the combination of points. My lean will be there, but okay, gang, anything else for you guys in this one with SMU on the road here? Thanks for your plays, Justin. Good to see you this morning. He likes SMU here. Twisted says, give me SMU and over. Justin likes the over as well. And Twisted, there he goes. Said the same thing there.
Final.
And Bobby says it'll be SMU 70, opponent 3. Yeah, man, maybe they'll have Eric Dickerson and Craig James in the lineup today. Here's Glow. And Blake says SMU. Jacoby's on the over. Howard says SMU. And Blake says SMU. So, bummer that everybody likes SMU. Not that we like SMU so much and made it a consensus play. Well, all right. Hey, gang, you know what? If we're on a consensus play, I'm going to throw in the under there, I think, in this one as my I'll roll with consensus, but I'll also give out the under here. I don't know if I can get to a premium here in this one. I'd prefer SMU, but that one maybe just a little bit too wacko, too high of a line. Maybe SMU for Blake. Pardon me. Thank you, gang. Here we go. Good morning to Ray. And we got one more in college football. There are a few other lines. I'll read those off to you here real quick. Lines are just coming out on a couple of games. Maybe you saw them there, but also today there'll be games that you can maybe bet on or take a look at yourself. McNeese at Tarleton. Tarleton, a 17.5 point favorite at home against McNeese. North Alabama and SEMO. Southeast Missouri, a 7 point favorite at home. And the Rattlers of Florida A&M. 14 point favorite at Norfolk. Or I guess those are, let me see, the neutral site games there, I think, with those last two with North Alabama and Southeast Missouri, Florida A&M and Norfolk. Okay, anyways, here we go. Delaware State taking on Hawaii. And uh, all right. Well, the news cycle's been kind of weird with this. If you're following it, I mean, there's not many games this week, so every move that the Delaware State Hornets are making right now, we've got to find out, where they're at, and as it turns out, the travel. I've gone back from early in the week when everybody's getting been out of shape. Oh, the Delaware State travel. Okay, they missed their bus, they missed their flight. Turns out they didn't get everybody into Hawaii into position. They had to send everybody out there in waves. They didn't make another flight. They sent them out in different flights, and they didn't even get in there and practice. They have one practice and then a walkthrough yesterday, and then the game today. So this is really going to be difficult here for a team like Delaware State. It's awful. Quite frankly, it's easy to come on the show and just say how bad a team is. You look at, what we know about Delaware State. It's true. They are, pretty bad. They're definitely bottom 10 team from FCS right now. But listen to this. They played Miami of Ohio and they played Army last year. In those two games, the final scores combined were 119-20. Well, okay, divide that in half. That's 60-10. Could this game be 60-10? This is a decent Hawaii team considering where this program has been. Timmy Chang, look, I want to believe in Timmy Chang. I want to think we can get back to the glory days of Hawaii football. All that means is just having a great team year in, year out, maybe even have be in your own bowl game or something like that. But it's been a little bit tough, especially, with this, our great Aloha Stadium crumbling to the ground, and now we're playing in some makeshift high school stadium out there, and we're going to get it back. We're going to get a great stadium out there, hopefully, and build this program back up. I'd love to see Timmy Chang just take this program right through my retirement years. Why would he go anywhere if he could turn this Hawaii team around? So Delaware State, definitely an issue there. Also, the talk about the weather yesterday. You know what? That story's changed too. It's not going to be terrible, but it could be a little bit wet. It's going to be a little bit humid. Next week, they said when the UCLA Bruins come into Hawaii to play, it's going to be really humid at 1:30, and the Bruins are going to be in trouble if this Hawaii team shows anything here. So let's see how they do today. Maybe they'll just get out of there sneaky, and we can maybe get on them a little bit here. All right, let's make a pick, though, in this one. And for me, let me see. Let me go through the chat. Let me see what you guys have to say in this one. And it's going to be, let me just add real quick. I don't know if anybody saw, when they were talking about the game, we're going to be able to get this game. Everyone's going to be up against it. They're going to be panicking a little bit. This is the late night get out game. Okay. So here's the thing you want to look for. If you want to watch this game tonight, this is our little thing. Tell all your friends, right? Because everyone's going to be panicking. They're not going to know what's going on because there's no TV listings for this game. Go to your app store, and I want you to take a look at this T1 app. I'm not kidding you guys. I'm showing my phone on screen. I want you to watch this game tonight. I believe it's also an app that's compatible with those Fire TVs and all that. Okay, T1 Sports. I want you to look. Hopefully no bad DMs come up here or anything, or maybe I hope they do. But T1 Sports, and I want you to take a look at that app. This is where we're going to. Looks kind of hokey, but it's not. This is where I watched the first Hawaii game. I'm not kidding. And then you're going to want to find the Delaware State game versus Hawaii, and then it'll be on here, gang. They're going to have a pre and post game. I can pretty much confirm it just because I saw Kanoa Leahy. If anybody knows the great traditions of Hawaii broadcasts and the great Jim Leahy, I know I talk about him all the time, but I'm in my mid-50s, so I watch Jim Leahy broadcasting Hawaii football. This is just very important. You're going to watch this game. This is the only way you're going to watch it, gang. Promise you. Or you can go, apparently some sports books will be showing the game, so maybe you could check it out that way too. But nonetheless, and if anybody saw them talking about, I'm not saying that everybody knows about this, kind of, or at least dumb experts like me that are really into football, but this is how we're going to watch the game. I promise you tonight, gang. So, all right, what do you got? Any picks here on this one? Justin will take Hawaii. And what we should clip that and put it on Twitter and say, here's how you watch the game. And they were even talking about, because I had kind of clued them on into it a little bit yesterday, and because they were actually wondering about on one of their broadcasts, how are we going to watch this game? And I sent them a little DM and said, this is how you watch it. And then they said, yeah, Ramon, and then confirmed it with the great Hawaii broadcaster, Kanoa Leahy. That's how you watch it. All right, Hawaii team total over, or as we say, Hawaii. Jim Leahy was absolutely incredible, you guys. If you guys ever watched some of the sick, I think Sogla, I think you can download it there. I don't remember. I think I just watched on my phone, but maybe there were a billion other games going on or something. We got to keep it going, gang. I got to make a pick here for this game. So here's the thing. This is how you got to look. It's kind of the same thing, right? You have it right there, 56, 55. You got to figure, just divide it in half, 27-27. You put 20 points on one end, and you take it off the other, right? So what are you going to have? Basically around, 54 to, or I don't want to give my pick away here. I don't want to give my pick away there, but no doubt if you look at it, I guess 47-7. 47-7, that's 54, but you get the idea, right? Do you think it's going to be 47-7? It might be a little bit more than that. I'm going to go over here, and it might not be Delaware State scoring those points in this one. I mean, they're going to get maybe one touchdown, gang, and it'll be what it's going to be is it basically is Hawaii going to get 49 or they're going to get 56. That's really what it feels like to me. Okay. That's going to do it for the college. I wish there were more. We should preview those other games here. So hopefully enjoy those games too. And hold me to it if that's not where we watch the game, but that's where we watched the last several years. I'm just kidding. That's where it's going to be. Okay, let's go to Major League Baseball here and roll through this real quick, you guys, and probably just go with picks mostly is what I feel like doing here. We'll try to throw out a few stats, but we're not going to talk about the Detroit White Sox game for very long at all. All right. Oh, Glow's leaving us for college game day. Whatever. This is our college game day. Well, we are on I don't even know where they're at this week for this week 0. Are they in Dublin, Ireland, I would guess? All right. Here we go with Rangers and the Yankees here in this one. You've got a Blaylock for the Rockies here going up against Warren for Blaylock. I think the first two starts have been a little bit promising here with an ERA of 3.37. In those two starts, Rockies have dropped 19 of their last 26 games overall. For Warren, he has not looked very good. 8.59 ERA in his 3 starts so far, but the Yankees got runs for him, and Yankees are 2-1 in those starts. All 3 games going over. Yankees coming off the third straight victory here now following yesterday. They've gone under in 6 of their last 9 games. Overall, let me get a pick right now, you guys. We're not going to get too deep into these, and hopefully I've just got some good plays that I can rattle off to you. I'm going with the Yankees again, quite frankly. They did it yesterday, and I'm going to lay the run line today. Yeah, it's Saturday. Maybe there will be some volatility right now, but I think it's just too important for the Yankees here at this point. I'm concerned about the pitching, and maybe that's why here on the show we're just going to go with them as a free pick here. Here's Justin on the over. Glow's going to take the Rockies here in this one. This might be an okay spot given that price. I don't feel too great about it, but Howard here with the Yankees too, and Nine Legacies here said, Ramon, what did you pick on that game between New Mexico State and Montana? We took Montana State. New Mexico and Montana State. That's what it is. Okay. Yankees run line for Nine Legacy. I'm going to take Yankees run line here as well. They might be putting up some runs. It kind of feels like here. I almost want to. Let me look at what do I have listed as the total and what is the actual total here. Oh, boy. It's up to 9.5, huh? Probably can get to double-digit runs. All right, next up, I'll just take the Yankees here. Angels taking on the Blue Jays with Francis on the mound here against Carson Fulmer in this one. And Blue Jays is going to be modest favorite here, $1.67 or so. Guess total's hanging out around 8.5, maybe slightly shaded to the over here in this one for the Blue Jays. And my name's not Francis. He's got a 2.19 ERA in his last 4 starts, a 3-0 record in those 4 starts. He's looked pretty good. He did face the Angels just 12 days ago, giving up 1 run in 7 innings pitched. Did Francis. Toronto's won 3 out of their last 4. They've gone over in 7 of their last 10. And I'm pretty sure they could probably take this one. I'm going to end up on them, I think, here. For Carson Fulmer, a 5.2 ERA in his last 6 starts. Angels have dropped 11 of 14 coming in. They've gone under in 9 of their last 14 games here on the road. I'm going to take the Blue Jays. I don't know if you guys can talk me off of it, so I'll just take them here right now, and then I'll go to your plays. We can try to move it fast here. And I know it's a big favorite, and I feel confident today. It can be in Count Chocula. Here's Thomas. He'll take the Blue Jays in this one. Justin's going to go on the dog here. Good morning to Teresa. And Nine Legacy says it's a good advantage here for the Blue Jays, having won 5 straight in the series. Twisted goes on the Jays. You got Rich on the under. You got Howard, Toronto money line. Yeah, we're going to lay a little bit here with Toronto today. And I think, let me see what that total is, see if it's moved any higher. Oh, look, that total, that might make the card still here. And Michelangelo here on the Blue Jays run line. I think there will be I think maybe double digits could be in order here, but I'm going to take the Blue Jays on the show as a big favorite here. I probably might not make the card with so many games today, but that'd be a favorite I might be even put on the card. Don't like to get too chalky, but all right, Astros and Orioles here with the Stros on the road taking on the O's with Valdez going up against Suarez. In this one, I believe, let me see here. Let's roll with it. Here we go. For Suarez here, he's got last 3 starts have been pretty good so far for Suarez. 0 ERA, 17 2/3 innings pitched. Really sharp here right now for Suarez, but facing up against Valdez with a 2.05 ERA in his last 5 starts. And the Astros have won 10 straight games with Valdez on the mound here of late. Houston's won 12 of their last 16 games. They've gone under in 14 of their last 22. Orioles have gone under in 7 of their last 10. And both pitchers pretty much in a groove here right now. Suarez has gone under in 6 of his last 8, and Valdez has gone under in 3 straight. Let's see what you guys have. This is a good one here and a big one. With starting off, Thomas Lewis says Houston on the money line here, and I'm going to agree. I'm just going to go right now, right to Houston with my man Thomas. Justin's going to take the Orioles, though. Michelangelo on the Astros. Want to say hello and welcome. First timer, I think, Chris San. He's got the Jays here in the first 5 with Oh, well, in a previous game, but I want to shout out Chris for coming in and making a comment for the first time. Thank you, Chris. And Howard likes Houston here. Teresa giving us some other plays in there. Ray likes the Astros here in the first five. You got Valdez 13, 7, and 2 in his first fives. Blake's on the Astros. And Teresa was talking about her plays from last night that did well. Lando, hey, Lando? And he says, O's got their one last night. Take the Astros here tonight. Yeah, you know what? Actually, what was it about? I actually had a premium pick, so maybe that's why I'm moving to the Astros on a free play here. I thought this would be a solid series for him here. I like him today. John likes the Astros. And Terrell says, if I knew what a General Zod voice was like, I would say, Houston. All right. You'd think that, goofballs like me, those culture war guys knows everything, but I don't know that one. Okay, under here for Rich first five. Dre on the O's. Here's Rich on Houston. Fernando going under. Twisted says O's and under. Chris has got a nerfy here in this one. Valdez 3 of 22, pretty good, allowing runs in just 3 of 22 first innings, and also Suarez pretty good too. 2 of 17 first innings he's allowed runs in. I'm on Houston here. Let's keep it moving right now with Baltimore and Oakland. And this one with Colin Ray on the mound for Milwaukee. Did I say Baltimore? Milwaukee. I meant Milwaukee. You knew I meant Milwaukee, but here for the Brewers on the road with they got it done yesterday. What was I thinking there? Look, I know I like JP Sears and the A's and all that, but the Brewers are still pretty warm here, to say the least, and maybe they are the much better team, really. And we've seen how good Oakland has been, and it's been novel, but maybe they're up against a little bit better team than what they've seen in some of those games. Yeah, they beat some monsters too, but Brewers have won 12 of their last 16. Colin Ray's got a 2.67 ERA in his last 5 starts. Brewers are 11-4 last 15 with Colin Ray on the mound. For the A's, they've now dropped 3 of their last 4. They finally went over yesterday, right? They've gone under in 10 of their last 11 games. That was the one we should have probably went with. The steam came in yesterday on Milwaukee, and we're getting them here. Is that line right? I think I actually $1.30. So I'm going to go with the Milwaukee Brewers here, and I like them today here. I kind of wish I had something on the total. I really like Milwaukee here. This is a pretty decent price. Go ahead and give me your comments here. We've been we've been picking the A's quite a bit in that great run, but okay. Oh, here we go. Thank you, Thomas, for always being my placeholder, is what it feels like. You're always ready. You type yours in, and then I know you just say yours, and then you get ready to listen. Must be. Okay, Darren, first 5 under here. Twisted on the Blue Crew. Ray says he's got Boyle for over 2.5 earned runs at plus money. And Teresa was talking about the Houston game there. Nate's got the Brewers score first as a favorite. 9 legacy Brewers on the run line here. That's a Brewers play for Nate, and that is a consensus play on the Milwaukee Brewers here today. I'm on them, and you guys are too. And Fernando is one of our Brewer correspondents. Is he kidding? Nah, keep fading. Let me say it. Nah, is he saying, nah, keep fading the Braves? I know he's not saying that. I'm Brewers. I'm sorry. I haven't been to bed yet, gang. My high school football started last night, so I was up all night. Oh, I had a fun night of high school football. Wine time. Good morning. Hello. Howard, Milwaukee under. Teresa, Milwaukee under. Get no sleep in football season. Sleep when we're, And Darren here on the Brewers. Hopefully, I could join Wine Time a little bit for some FCS plays. I'm ready to roll in some of those other games we talked about. Brewers here for Dre. Fernando with a lean there. And Terrell says, Milwaukee, these are the games they let you down. And that's going to do it, I think, for this one. I don't want to get too much into my local high school. Everybody's got their own communities. So I know, my buddy Dave, when he's in here giving me a hard time to talk ball with him. But I watched the game last night. Final score was 77-48. And I thought it was going to be higher scoring than that. At halftime, it was 56-38 and almost beat the record for my teams. All right, here we go. Cubs and Marlins here with Imanaga going to be on the road here. And this price is long gone, isn't it? I think this one, you heard those steam plays that were rolling off there at the beginning of the show. This was one of them. Cubs are now up to $1.80, $1.85 here. And man, how can I find a way to get on them now? I like them even as a favorite at $1.60 here, but kind of like them here again. Anyways, let me mark some of these down here. You guys aren't interested in Mexican baseball, though. Okay. Oh, no, here we go. I'm just kidding about that, by the way. Here comes the Cubs and the Marlins with Imanaga here on the road. He's got a 4.46 ERA in his last 6 starts. Chicago's 5-2 with Imanaga on the mound in his last 7 starts. Back in April, he faced the Marlins. He gave up 6 runs in 3 innings. That was really the hiccup of that little streak that he was on, because that was just 2 or 3 starts in. We didn't know we were hoping to get from Imanaga. Cubs have won 5 of their last 7 overall for Belozo. Remember, we hit on him last time, so he's looked good here. 4 starts, a 1.57 ERA, but Marlins have still dropped 16 of their last 23. They've gone over in 10 of their last 5 games. Let's see, gang. Let's take a look at this one here with the Cubs and the Marlins today. If you got something, let me know. We've got Fernando. He's going to go over in this one. 9 Legacy says, how about a Cubs run line? Can we do it? God, it feels uncomfortable. Thomas says Florida and under. Howard says Cubs under. And also money line here, Cubs money line. I kind of just want to take the Cubs here. I'm sorry about $1.85. But I don't feel comfortable laying a run line here. So, all right. I'm just going to take the Cubs. Maybe it's a parlay piece for me. But on some of these baseball games, that's what I'm going to be doing here as we're in this push right now. Cubs got a lot of work to do still. They're, game under 500. They'd have to really go on a massive, pretty much a massive heater. All right. A few more here. No. Okay. Here we go. The Cubs run line is fine. Johnny says, okay. All right. Cubs run line's fine on the road. I'll just stick, I've got a lot of action here today. I'm not going to be too crazy on my plus monies. All right. Cubs money line for Twisted. I don't feel so bad. Anyway, Giants here with Blake Snell on the road. Going to be slight dog here against George Kirby and the Mariners. $1.20 right now. And the total here is 6.5 over -115. Okay. I'm showing, mostly 6.5s all over, and Kirby a slight favorite in this one. It does feel like it still could be an under, but squeaking it under 6.5 here right now, it might be a little bit tougher. For the Giants and Blake Snell, he's got a 1.05 ERA in his last 5 starts. The Giants are 8-3 with Snell on the mound. They've gone under in 7 of his last 8 starts. Kirby, meanwhile, didn't look good last out. He's got a 6 ERA in his last 5 starts. He's gone over in 4 of his last 5. Mariners have dropped 6 of the last 9 Kirby starts, and they've lost 8 of their last 10 games overall. Of course, just fired the manager this week after this epic collapse, but they were able to get the win yesterday, right, with Castillo. What happened in that one? We had a lot of volume yesterday, but man, the Mariners came back to win that one. So good on them. 6-5 final yesterday in that one. Okay, go ahead, chat. What you want to do? Mariners have gone over in 6 of their last 7 games overall. And I'll get some plays from you in this one with the Giants here. And it's Thomas says, give me the Giants on the money line, says Thomas in this one. And let's see. 9 Legacy says Giants on the money line. Rich says Giants win this one 4-3. Howard goes with San Francisco. Chris likes Snell's K's to go over. Twisted likes the Giants here on the run line. And that looks like it might be it from the chat here in this one. Not much opinion here. I got to take the Giants myself. I think at 4-2, 4-3. I don't know if I like 4-3, Rich. I might like 4-2 or 3-2. Maybe I like this under here. I'll take the Giants with you guys a little bit, just a slight favorite. And it's a consensus play here, says Thomas. Okay, I'll take the under then. I'm adding the under as a play. I'm not pivoting ever when I do that. But if you guys are going to come on the consensus and I'm part of the consensus, I want to offer another play up on a huge card like this. I'll take the under in this one. Teresa likes Snell to mow him down here. Let's keep it going. Hopefully we're making good progress here. Diamondbacks and Zach Gallen going up against Cutter Crawford and the Red Sox here. You got Crawford here, a slight favorite, $1.15. And the total 9.5 over. Yeah, that's where we're looking at here, 9.5 over right now. Widely reported steam did come in here on the Red Sox, but I don't see much of a move there at all. So let's see what we can do here with Zach Gallen and these Diamondbacks at this point. Oh, hold on a second, folks. Timeout for Zach Gallen, a 5.29 ERA in his last 3 starts. A little bit of a rough go here, but still Arizona 5-1 last 6 with Gallen on the mound. Of course, they've gone over in 6 of those last 9 starts because they're hitting their way into the playoffs at the 14-4 record in their last 18 games overall, and they've gone over in 20 of their last 25. So all that points to them still kind of in a groove here, it feels like right now. Cutter Crawford, he's in a reverse groove, 8.79 ERA in his last 3 starts. He's gone over in 5 of his last 6. Red Sox have dropped 4 of his last 6 starts. Red Sox have gone over in 24 of their last 31 games. So I don't know, put all those games together, those overs, 44 overs and 12 unders for these 2 teams combined in their last 56 or so games. That's a lot of hitting. All right, maybe that'll set you on your way, or maybe you like these. Maybe you like Crawford to get it back together a little bit. Let's see what you got in this one with. Let's see here with Diamondbacks and Red. What is Wine Time saying here? What site do you use? I've used the line service Wine Time. I just rely on Don Best to give me that injury update there. That's like that Florida State player just came in that I'm not too concerned in. College football, you really just those major players there, a program like that. I know you know what I'm talking about, but I think for me, Don Best, because what you have on the line services are really, if you ever seen it's like a war room, right? You got 5-10 guys sitting there on a busy day monitoring all the things and just putting it on their service. So I think it's just more of an what's the word I'm looking for, an aggregation of information, and they kind of make it concise. I know sometimes you're out there looking at different sites and everything, but and I always trust the line services too. They get it wrong once in a while, but you don't get too. Let me keep this going, brother. Thank you so much for that, and we can talk about it again. Visit that issue. All right, here's Justin's got a little prop action. Twisted's on the Diamondbacks, and so is Howard. So is Nine Legacy here. Teresa here saying, what is she saying? Seattle money line under first half, maybe that is. Here, I see pizza. I see is that pizza? No, it's a careful celebratory hat. Justin McKelvey here says Diamondbacks. Like I never met Justin. Justin McKelvey. Justin here on the team total over, also over in the game. Chris Sand likes over in this one. Teresa's on the Snakes. Blake is on the over. You guys like this game here? Humble and Gentle says, give me the Diamondbacks. Ray, first 5 here over. First 5 over. And Vagramento Land has made it. Takes Arizona and the over. I think I've already stated I'm on Arizona. No, I didn't. I'm on Arizona, gang. I'm on Arizona here. Arizona over for Terrell and the team total. A good point. Interesting point there. All right. I think that's going to do it in this one. I don't know what Teresa's saying, but I kind of laughing. All right. Next up, the Reds and Aguiar. Getting another one here against the Pirates and Woodford. If you don't have it, you might not have Aguiar in there quite penciled in yet. Yeah, maybe you do by now. And the Reds are a slight favorite here, $1.15. This total is definitely up to 9, though. We got to update that. It's probably juiced a little bit to the under, although I'm just going to call it 9. I show plenty of 9 flats. So this one has definitely gone over on some widely reported steam. I don't even have the line written in there yet because of the, I'm not saying a late announcement of Aguiar, but I think we knew it. But the line services didn't really put it out there just quite yet. So it is now, though, in this one with Reds and Woodford. Woodford 3 starts for Pittsburgh, 6.6 ERA. The Pirates have lost all 3, but they've been doing some winning here of late, having won 3 of their last 4 games following the game there yesterday. The victory, we had them, I had them, you had them. I did take an under there as my premium pick, but a good win for the Bucks there yesterday. They've gone under in 4 of their last 5. For Aguiar, in his first major league start, he gave up 2 runs in just 4 innings pitched, so don't expect much more than that here, but against the Pirates, maybe he could stretch it out here even into the 5th inning. The Reds did win that game in relatively high score. The Reds have lost 6 of their last 8 games overall. They've gone over in 9 of their last 12 games on the road here, and that steam did come in. But let me see here with that total right now, as we said, at 9 flat. I'm probably going to take the Reds here. Let me see what you guys have. Can't get on the Reds. I can't either. 9 legacies on the Reds. I'm still going to try the Reds here in this one. Teresa knows they're no good. Jermaine says he loves the Bucks on Saturdays. And I'm going to go with the Reds, though, today. Oh, what did Twisted say? Did I get it wrong? Or maybe Twisted is saying, don't do it. Don't get on the Reds here. Reds and Pirates on a Saturday. Oh, Vagramento Land. No, we can do not. I love you. Please come every day. Give me all your picks. But I don't think we're going to go over back here. That's going to need the rewind button. All right. Woodford's horrible, says Jermaine. Well, what are you going to do with this? What are you going to do with this game? I will say this: against Cincinnati, he struggled too. 0-2 with a 5.7 ERA and a couple of starts. Fernando's. Why didn't we just go over? Why didn't we just take the steam and go over? Probably because I was thinking about going under, and when I saw the steam coming on the over, it intimidated me. Jermaine, though, says takes Reds team total over. There's an interesting proposition. All right. Next up here, the Rangers are going to take on the Guardians with Sonny Gray going up against Ben Lively in this one. And man, I was really mad at the Guardians there yesterday against the Rangers. That was definitely a flat performance and a flat performance, I think, from Bybee right there. Anyways, for the Rangers here, and Sonny Gray comes in right now with let me see. ERA of 2.84 over the last couple of games, a couple of wins there for Sonny Gray. Two good starts here. Rangers have won 4 of their last 5 following the win yesterday. Ben Lively, 5.5 ERA in his last 3 starts, but Cleveland, 11-6 in the last 17 games with Lively on the mound. Cleveland, probably one of the worst little slumpies here in a while for sure, having lost 6 of their last 7 games coming into this one. But man, when you gonna get out of it, and when you're gonna get a good price like this right now, it feels like $1.25, but feels like it's a little lower than that. I think it's $1.25 at the square books anyway. Total has gone up a little bit here to 8.5. But the steam came in on the Guardians, and it still didn't really go that high. Go ahead, chat, if you want. We got to keep it moving, so hopefully I'm giving enough data to help you if you didn't already have your opinion. I'm never trying to sway you guys. I'm just trying to, if you were undecided a little bit, right? Because you guys should come in here all prepared. Like half the time I'm prepared, but sometimes the pick changes, with the line. Here's the thing, right? I mean, if a line moves on a half a run and I'm already said I'm going over, and all of a sudden it's 9 after it's 8.5, I got to take a second and go, whoa. All right. Wow, Thomas already, I haven't even got to the picks. First thing I clicked on the chat was this. How about that? All right, give them to me. Give them to me. I want them. I think I wanted them as a premium, but maybe after they cost me a unit yesterday, I'll just take them with Team Steam here, and we can celebrate it tomorrow. Here comes a bunch of Guardians. That's why Justin started it off with the Guardians. So did Sean Money, and Bagramento Land said Guardians. Here's Guardians, team total over. Here's Guardians money line. Guardians. Take once daily, Guardians. All right. Chris Sand says John Gray. All right. I don't know. Shout out John Gray. All right. We are on the Guardians. Next up, Tigers and Tariq Skubal. He's just laying 250 against the White Sox. Can we look for a spot? Where is that spot? We're always looking for a spot. Look, taking the White Sox is a bad idea. Maybe today's the day. Scubal's been awesome. We know that. If you're fading him, it's just because somehow you think that Kai Bush is going to come in here and throw it. He might. Bush has a 3.68 ERA in 3 starts so far. Sox won one of those games. So Sox have gone over in 9 of their last 14 games. And I would think here, look, Scubal's numbers are awesome. I mean, how much work can you do, though, here if you're the Tigers? You're definitely falling out of the race here, no doubt. This is a game we almost, if I just didn't type in all the thing while I was watching games last night, I probably just would have went by this one. So we don't know. It's the White Sox. We don't talk too much about it, but Tigers 17-8. With Skubal, Tigers have won 8 of their last 11 here right now. They've gone under in 12 of their last 17. Go ahead, chat. We're going to do it today. I don't know if I'll do it on the show. I just feel like Skubal's getting all hyped up there, and Skubal's great. And, he can roll here to the Cy Young Award, right? All right, here we go. Okay, here is a Tiger. Justin starts off. Tigers score first and win. That's a little bit of a SGP type of thing. Sacramento land, Detroit, and lay it. Blake says today is the day for him. It's the White Sox. And John says Scuba. Oh, I said Sonny Gray, and I'm right, John Gray. Thanks, brother. Thanks, Chris. I do that all the time, actually. And they should never traded him there. One other one I flubbed up the other day. What was it? Almost want to issue an apology. All right, Javier Martin. Hello, Javier. Well, probably Javier Martin, but welcome, Javier. He's on the Rangers. Thank you. And Nate says, Kai Bush, no way. White Sox had their chance yesterday. Lay the extendo. What are we calling it now? I kind of like it. I'm trying to extended. Here, that means you're going 2.5, 3.5. I think. Chris Sand says, take the Nerfy here in this one. You got Scooble, 6 for 25. Not great. Here, Bush giving up just 3 starts, two times he's given up runs in the first inning. Sox first 5 will be close. 9 legacy, Tigers run line. And Fernando, Sox first 5, and Teresa, super run line for the Tigers today. I'll just take the I'm taking the over as my play here. Over in this one with these two. All right. And Michelangelo says, no way Scooble loses. Take the Tigers on the run line. Okay, next up. Thanks for being patient, everybody. I've got papers all over here. Oh, no, okay, cut me some slack here, okay? Maybe that's what it was. Here's Sonny Gray. Oh, he's going for this one and taking us because it's been a couple months since I screwed up my Grays. That's for sure. But maybe because they're both on the card today, that was it. Okay, you got Lopez here, $1.40, and the total 7.5. Okay, I feel a little bit better about myself now. All right, for the Twins here in this one, and Lopez, so far so good is what it feels like for the Twins. It feels like they got him in a pretty good spot here, actually, in this game. Let me dial it up. Lopez, a 3.3 ERA in his last 5 starts, but he's got a 3-1 record, and the Twins have won 8 of his last 12 starts. They've gone over in 6 straight Lopez starts. The Twins here have dropped 4 of their last 5. They've gone over in 4 of those games. Cardinals here have won 3 straight right now and did the job. Let's see, yesterday on the road here with Palante, they knocked us out. We had a consensus play, remember? I was on them. We were all on them, it felt like yesterday. It felt pretty public-y yesterday with the Twins. For Sonny Gray here, 5.29 ERA in his last 3 starts. Cardinals are 3-6 last 9 with Sonny Gray coming in. Cardinals have gone under in 7 of their last 10. Go ahead, chat. Let's get a play in here. I'm not going to get too crazy with this one. Justin says the Twins owe him. Twisted is on the Twins. How about that? Minnesota money line here for Thomas. And that looks like it. Now, you guys are about as interested in this one as I am, it feels like. I'm going to actually peek at the market action and see, because I'm going to be kind of coin flippy here. I'm going to come back with the Twins today. Again, here, I'll take my lumps with these guys. They should be winning this they should be beating these guys right now, considering what's going on and what the Twins here need to keep doing here and keep winning. Cardinals, we know, still under a little. They could get it going here. They need to really get it going. Sacramento land on the Twins. Justin says, lay it and take it. And Teresa said, Minnesota last night. Basically saying they yawned their way through it. It feels like. I think it landed on 7, the total, didn't it? Teresa, Minnesota all day. Chris says Minnesota as well. So, Minnesota, a little bit popular here at the end in the chat. Thanks a lot, gang. Next up, Phillies and Wayne. So let me get this straight. We've got 2 Grays and we got 2 Suarez's going here today. All right. Phillies and Rangers. Suarez on the mound here. A slight road favorite here against Brady Singer. Decent matchup for sure here in this interleague game for Singer. 4.88 ERA in his last 4 starts, but he's done a nice job for the most part. Royals are 4-2 with Singer in the last 6 starts. Royals have won 9 of their last 13 games. We had him yesterday with Waka. Remember, Suarez a 7.33 ERA in his last 5 starts. This will be the first start in a month for Ranger Suarez, so he was definitely in need of a little bit of rest there. He had gone 0-4 in his last 5 starts before hitting the shelf for a month, so we'll see if Suarez comes in here and can get back on track to what we saw a little bit there in the first part of the season. Phillies have gone under in 8 of his last 11 starts, but we just need to see one here right now, it feels like, at this point. Go ahead, chat here with Phillies and Royals. A widely reported steam did come in on the over. That total right now definitely is 9.5, and I'm just going to end up taking it over. Is what I'm going to do. If it was 9... and maybe it is. Oh, the 9s are like minus $1.35 or $1.40. So I'm going to take the Royals here. The over here in this one. Don't give out the premiums there. I'm going to take the over as my play here. Now it's gone up to 9.5 in this one. And see what you guys have. We got to keep this thing going. AOD, hello. Fernando likes under now that it's crept up there. And Chris here says Kansas City team total over. And Line Legacy says Phillies money line. And Twisted Royals going against Suarez there. Vagramento land on the Royals. Okay. Thank you. Here we go. We're almost done with baseball. Nationals and Braves here in this one with Irvin for the Nationals going up against Morton for the Braves. Okay, for Jake Irvin here, let's see, $1.80 right now for the Braves. Total 8.5 under, minus 115 or so. All right. For Jake Irvin, he's got a 5.82 ERA in his last 3 starts, but the Nationals here, 10-5 in Irvin's last 15 starts. They got it done. Let's see. Washington yesterday, what was that score, you guys? Bad script writer here. 3-2. Okay, 3-2. Okay. Pick up where I left off here. Morton, a 7 ERA in his last 3 starts here coming in. The Braves have won 8 of their last 11. They've gone under in 9 of their last 11 overall. I kind of want to get a piece of Washington here, it feels like today, though. Maybe I'll just have to take them on the run line here for a little, try to feel good about it, but I might not necessarily be on Morton. I know everybody's liking going against Morton here a little bit, and I just might do it today. Chris is on the Nats on the run line. Thomas doesn't seem to like the game. Ray says go under here. Everybody's losing steam here a little bit on the morning steam. And Washington says, do it. Take him on the run line. Thomas will take him now on the money line. He's convinced. A few people like him. Blake on the Nats here. And Fernando says, you got to go under again. You got to go under again. 9 Legacy says Nats on the money line here. So there's some support on the Nats here. I'm going to take him on the run line. All right. And Justin's ready for his Braves to win the division now. Couple more, gang. We're going to get to WNBA, and then we're going to whip through the NFL preseason. We're not going to take a deep dive the way things are going in the NFL pre. We're doing okay for sure, but things get a little sketchy here in week 3. And here's the Mets taking on the Padres today. You got Peterson here on the road taking on the Padres, and Michael King. Padres bounce back big time. Joe Musgrove. He's in awesome form, man. You got to be happy in this situation. I've got to be happy, man. Come on. It was a big day yesterday. Look, you guys watch the morning steam. I'm not in here taking any victory laps. Maybe I just read the tea leaves a little better than your average YouTube chat box guy. But I'd said yesterday that there was some, I've got some friends, okay? Saw maybe it was a guy who just looked like you, Darvish, out at a high school field throwing, right? You guys got a pretty distinctive delivery, okay? And then we hear just a couple of hours later that you, Darvish, is going to be returning to the Padres. Still heartbroken a little bit with his family situation. We don't really know the exact details, but you can kind of piece it together a little bit. And so, he's playing with a heavy heart, or but his family feels comfortable that he can go about and do his job. Remember, he was on the, restricted list. Usually when you're on the restricted list, it's for bad reasons, but you can't just, up and quit sometimes a little bit without, a medical thing or whatever. Maybe you could, but still, nonetheless, you, Darvish, will return. And we tipped you off a little bit to that yesterday. And Musgrove, the point being, Musgrove knows his body too, right? He took enough time off, basically, 2.5 times, missing several turns in the rotation. It's all paying off right now for Musgrove, just when you need him, right? And not only that, some guy named Fernando Tatis is running laps in the outfield ready. He's got a quad injury, so really he just needs to get his leg better. So, Thomas, you ready for the World Series? All right. Let me talk him up here a little bit. We had him yesterday's consensus play. Did have a premium on the over. Thought the Mets might get a couple of runs. Okay, enough talking about that, but I just want to throw that in there. And, I didn't know, obviously, it was going to be that day, but when you hear somebody's working out and they're in a situation where they're not playing, that they're close. So, all right, here for the Mets, Peterson's been pretty good, 2.59 ERA in his last 4 starts. King, though, continues to be impressive. 4-0 in his last 5 starts with a 2.67 ERA. Padres are 7-1 with King in his last 8 starts. Padres 23-7 in their last 30 games overall. And you're going to have to lay it here if you're going to with my Padres today at $1.45 or so, 7.5. Definitely here on the total, though, has totally gone the other way. I'll call it 7.5 under 20. This has been a pretty significant move here to the under in this one. And go ahead with your plays right now with, let's see here. I think Fernando is giving a backhanded compliment to the Pod, saying, the Padres are the fraudres, yet they will make you money. I think that's what Fernando's saying. Yeah. And Justin saying that you guys are giving me kind of a hard time, but you're obviously saying that because you got Fernando and his Brewers, Justin and his Braves, but they're giving a little bit of respect as well. Padres run line for legacy. And Justin, you remember one of the greatest baseball fights in Major League history was between the Braves and the Padres. What top 5? Maybe the best baseball fight ever. 1984, Padres and Braves. Look it up. Fernando's going under. And Vagramento land on the Padres. Blake on the Padres here today. And I think that's going to do it for you guys here in the chat. And could this be? I might have to just pivot here, though, in this one. I'm going to go with hold on. I want to make sure I get my pick right here on this one. We're going to go over in this one once again on a free play here at 7.5. I think I'm getting the value here right now with this. Just want to make sure on that. Well, there's nothing I can do about it now. I'm on the over here. The line move's working for me, but all right. Nolan Ryan, that has to be up there, Vagramento land. That has to be up. Justin was 6 when he was. I see, yeah. I was a little bit older, but Nolan Ryan, give him that noogie. All right. Terrell says Padres going to light him up. That's what I think too. And that's why I was leaning over, just was disappointed to lose a premium yesterday over, but different circumstance. Last baseball game. We got to finish this show. Rays and Bradley here going up against the Dodgers and Kershaw. Hey, Kershaw here, $2 favorite here in this one. We saw some runs yesterday. Let's take a look here with Bradley. Can he get back to form here a little bit? For Bradley, he comes in with an 0-4 record in his last 4 starts and an 8.1 ERA right now. He's gone under in 3 straight, but just because Rays don't hit half the time, it feels like. Kershaw, last 3 starts, right back at you, right? All that the first couple out of the gate, we were making fun of him. All of a sudden now, just like Musgrove, just like all these veterans that are timing themselves for the stretch drive here, he's got a 1.1 ERA in his last 3 starts, 2-1 record in those games for Kershaw. Dodgers have won 14 of their last 19. They've gone over in 9 of their last 12 games at home. The Rays are going under, though. They've gone under in 18 of their last 25 here in this one. And man, is that right? $1.95 now? That's up like 25 cents. I kind of want to roll with the Dodgers. I think they'll crush here today, actually. I'm taking them on the run line. I have a feeling it's going to be a consensus play, so might as well tack one moron in baseball. Speaking of morons, here I am. All right, let's see here with Justin. Will start us off, and he did it. Nathan says, take Dodger blue here. It's a beautiful day for a ball game today. The crowd is here to grab a ticket or two. From Walla Walla, Washington to Kalamazoo, it's a beautiful day for a home run. Okay, we're taking the Dodgers here, everybody. It's time for Dodger baseball. Just having a little fun with our last game. I'm taking the Dodgers. I don't know if it was a consensus play, but let's roll. Dodgers here. Chris also. Chris, thanks for your contributions today. All right. And Biggie's here. All right. Twisted Dodgers run line here. And Thomas did say it was Dodgers run line gives us our final play in baseball. Let's roll to the WNBA, gang. I did do a preview of the 2 games last night if you want to check them out a little more extensively on YouTube here in this one. But for this one, we've got the Connecticut Sun taking on the New York Liberty. These 2 games are awesome here tonight, considering where we are in the standings in the season right now. You got Connecticut here coming in 20-7. The Liberty are 25-5 at this point. And Liberty have won 8 straight meetings against the Sun. They are Going to get Sabrina Ionescu back for this one. She is listed as probable. Now, Tiffany Mitchell, she's actually ended up questionable here for the Connecticut Sun. Kind of a important player here. Connecticut played on Friday. Remember, they beat the Sky yesterday, 82-80 behind Marina Mabry, the former Sky player, and they needed every point of those 24 points. It was Alyssa Thomas that made the free throws at the end. Liberty have covered all 3 meetings so far this season. Interestingly, they were favored on the road twice at Connecticut, covered. They were also a dog at home. They were a little bit shorthanded in that one, I believe, and they covered that one. So Liberty have had their way with the Connecticut Sun. Connecticut 0-5 against the spread off of a straight-up win. Also, New York 7-1 against the spread their last 8. I'm going to go with the over in this one as my play. 5 of the last 6 meetings have gone over. I know I talk about Connecticut and their slow tempo, and yes, even the Liberty as well can get down there, but right now the total here is at 156.5. I'm going to go over with the Sun and the Liberty. You guys, we have any picks here in this one? With Justin says over team total here for Liberty. 9 Legacy here says, how about it before? Because maybe 9 Legacy's leaving here. Let me get you quick the Carla Football League play. I think I've had a pretty weak run here, actually, last three or 4 games. I like BC today. The problem was the problem started when I read the wrong preview the other day. That's what it was. And somebody who was it pointing out, they're like, why are you talking about Rourke coming back because I was reading the script. I planned it out for like the next day, and it was bad producing, but we're back now with BC here, so we're going to take them. I think this is the spot. I almost don't want to read my script here now. We're just going to take BC. You heard me talk already, right, about BC and where they stand coming into this game. So I think they can beat the Red Blacks today right now, given the circumstances here. You figure you got Rourke in there. He signed a $600,000 contract. Ottawa's got a real, a legitimate defense. And I would imagine, let me take the under. Let me take the under also. Like I said, we're not, this product isn't available. So I don't want to say it all like that, but I'm going to go BC and under here in this one. And if I had one prop to take, it'd be Armstead, I think, maybe to get a touchdown for Ottawa, probably get a good price on him. Okay. Few more here comments. We were on that New York twisted, Liberty and over. And is that Liberty a consensus play right there? Oh, wow. I think that's what he's saying. I'm taking the over as my play, but it sounds like when he says, maybe he was playing it. Okay, there's the baseball plays, everybody, too. Let me say, and a football play. SMU, Milwaukee money line, Giants money line, I believe. Under in the Guardians. Oh, Giants money line and under. Guardians money line, Dodgers run line. Do we really have 2 plays there in the Brewers money line? Giants money line. Okay. Giants money line and under. Because I'm on the under too in that. I went with it in that game. Okay, let me roll here. We got to get this show off. We got to go through some NFL here real quick. Here. Oh, that one I gave. Okay. And Fernando, thank you. Let me do it here, you guys, with the next one here, Fever and the Lynx. So now you got the Lynx. They played last night. Remember, they played against the Aces, right? And it was a big third quarter for Minnesota to win 87-74. They outscored them 25-15 to put the Aces away. We had Minnesota as a premium pick yesterday for our winner. We were wrong on the total, but just because you know what, the Aces really got shut down big time there, 74 points. So Minnesota looking terrific, no doubt about it. They'd pass the Aces, even if everybody wants to say Aces this, Aces that. Remember, Aces got problems. They have problems in the back end, if you will, that is going to be bothering them a little bit. It feels like, sure, get them out there, short series, they can do it, no doubt. But the grinding here, when you're in and you got all these things hanging over your head, here come the Fever. Fever won 81-74 at Minnesota back on July 14th. Indiana's 5-0 against the spread in their last 5 games against teams that are above 500. Minnesota's gone under in 7 of their last 8 games at home. Yeah, Clark loves to tempo it up a little bit. I'm going under in this game as my pick here. I do think Indiana is going to be certainly live here. The Lynx are off the big games against the Aces, and while they're playing as good as anybody, remember the Fever are also playing uh, not maybe as high of quality as those superior teams, but if you factor in covering these spreads, continuing to get it done right now, it feels like for the Fever here, Indiana 4-1 against the spread their last 5 meetings against the Lynx, and also 4-1 against the spread their last 5 meetings here against the Lynx. I don't think they're going to be in this one for sure, but I will go under at 167.5 as my play here on the Morning Steam. All right, you guys, I'm going to whip through some football, and I might just be calling off plays here. We're not going to go through quarterback rotations or anything. You just got to please know where we're at here in the NFL preseason. And look, Terrell, he's way back on the F, right? They're going to blow him out. Terrell's 90 minutes behind the show. It doesn't matter. I'm still with him. I'm mad. I felt bad for Florida State, too, because, okay, Justin, Fever, and over. I think that means over. And Nate took Lynx on the home money line. Got you. Twisted said Fever and over. Thanks, you guys, on that. And here comes NFL here. Let's see how fast I can do these. And we got to get this show off the air, it feels like. So here we go. Rams, and only thing we got to make sure is the line movement, because anything can happen on these, right? This one had opened here 6 down to 3.5. So the Rams have taken the steam here a little bit in this one. I'm not sure. I mean, I am sure why that's the case, but I don't know. I kind of want to get the Texans here, and I don't want to lay 3.5 or 4. I mean, I don't even want to lay 3. I mean, I'd rather lay 2.5. I'd probably buy it down here, but I actually like the Texans. I like their depth here in this one. I think the Rams are in a situation where, they're going to be a little bit better with their personnel, a little bit stronger here. But again, these week 3 games, you look at the scores kind of going. I don't know what the Rams are going to do here offensively, actually. And I would actually kind of think this one, even though we're seeing some overs, I'm kind of leaning. So I'm going to take the Texans here in this one. I'm going to fade that steam here a little bit and take the Texans here in this one. I don't know if we'll look at the plays at the end. I don't think there's going to be a lot of opinions out there. So please type in your plays. We'll look at them all. Ravens and Packers here. The steam pretty much has come in on the Packers here, but they were a 1-point dog against the mighty Ravens. And well, the Ravens, I think they've failed 6 in a row now, right? Off of the great 21-1 run or whatever it was. And it just feels like not so much that, I mean, I still think they're always going to be prepared, but right now I think the Ravens just having to kind of mop through the preseason a little bit. They'll be fine. They'll be ready. They might not quite be as good as they were last. It feels like, but I'm going to take the Packers here in this one. I think they have more to learn and more to prove. Remember, the Packers are one of the youngest teams in the league. So I'm going to go ahead and lay it here with the Packers in this one. And again, you see the total here at 33. I know the feeling is the overs are coming back here a little bit. And I don't know if this one it is, actually. So, but the play is on the Packers here. Next up, Panthers and Bills in this one. Widely reported steam came in on the Panthers. You see them now up to 4.5. These moves like this are pretty solid, right? We're seeing it almost time and time again right now in the preseason. Look, we told you yesterday about Jacksonville, probably in a great position when you see that line move from 4 to 7. And everybody says, oh, it's a good thing to fade these line moves. Not really in the preseason. It's not, especially running through key numbers. It's almost like the reverse theory a little bit. So I've got a feeling the Panthers are going to be in a good position to roll here. Do you see that total at 31? Yeah, probably. This one feels like 14-10, 17-14, 17-10. I'll say 17-10 Panthers, maybe something like that. Give me the Panthers though as my play here in this one against the Bills. And we'll look. Even the line there that I have, it says 3.5, and it's 4.5 everywhere. So you can sit there and be all cute and say, "Wow, I get even another point on the Bills." And then Mr. Sharp comes out with another max bet on the Panthers. So anything, Bills can win it, no doubt, but I don't want it. I want the sharp side in a game like this. Give me the Panthers for sure. Twisted says go under. Yeah, I can't disagree. Other than the fact it's 31, because that's about right there. If the point spread's 4, man, this game's going to be 17-13, right? So that does make it a little bit tough, but I'd have to think under. But it was 35. This is the one where the totals, where I'm ready on sides to go with it. And me, Mr. Totals, I get a little nervous here at 31, but I probably could only go under. Next up, Steelers and Lions. And you got the Steelers there. This is the talk of the town here a little bit also with the Steelers, because the pressure's on. Well, not the pressure, but the Steelers have a lot to figure out here. They were a 3-point favorite. Now they're a 7-point favorite. So this is another one, but I'm more scared of this one. It feels like 7. It feels like 7. It could be 10. Lions are ready to pack it up, pack it in, let the season begin. And I don't necessarily want to take them. So I'm going to take the over in this. This one is the one where it's over. It feels like hit me up before this line move, and I would have, if you want to looked at how I think about it in the preseason. If this line was 3 right now, I'd be going under. If it's 7, I'm going over. So that doesn't hold true for every game. I'm just saying with the position that these teams are in right now, I figure it's going to be about a 7-point game. Maybe the Steelers can win by 10, but I will take the over in this one. I was on the under at 3. Actually, was going to be. I think I like the under, but not now. And I'm going over here on the show with this one. Okay, Vikings and Eagles here. This one is a little bit tough, right? Because the Eagles have definitely been on the move here at let's call it 2.5 right now for the Eagles, and the total at 33, 34.5. But the Eagles, they were about a pick 'em at some of the openers. Some of the books weighted, and it was always 2.5 here in this one. But I want to take the Vikings, and I really would like to get that 3 or 3.5 back. Who wouldn't? But nonetheless, personally, I'll just buy it up. But give me the Vikings here in this one, plus the points. 2.5. It's a preseason game, so maybe 2.5 is enough. But if I'm betting some real money on a preseason game, I'm probably going to add a point and lay $1.60 or $1.70 or something, because I ain't going big on some, even with the Vikings and the Eagles. And again, Eagles expected to get a little more work in here, but I think it's much ado about nothing. I think everybody's going to be out of there relatively quickly, and I'm not going to buy into this line move too much. I want the Vikings here in this one. All right, because Vikings are showing a little bit of penchant here with O'Connell. I'm still giving my guy O'Connell a chance. I don't want to talk about the regular season too much here. Thanks, Twisted, for all the plays in there. Let me just get these over with. We got to get out of here. Next up, Chargers and the Cowboys. In this one, you got the Cowboys here favored by about 4, and the total 33 in this one. And I'm going to go with the over here, Chargers and the Cowboys today. Not too strong here on this one at all. In fact, if it was 34, I'd probably just not do anything. So basically, just because it's 33 here, I think if anything, the Chargers would probably be the side that I'd look at getting 4 points. These guys have been working out, so this one probably get over quick. But again, feels like that week 3 thing where the games have been going over, or maybe expected to go over here. We have, we're getting the big bulk of the games here today. In fact, there'll be 5 games at 1 Eastern and 10 Pacific. Okay, here is the Giants taking on the Jets, and the Giants here are up to a 2.5 or 3 point favorite in this one. And the discussion has been how the teams will approach this one, and it seemed like we were getting the shaft in the news cycle here a little bit. I don't know if I want the Giants here in this one. The steam came in on the Jets, but the move is clearly on the Giants right now. And, given the news, let me just... All right. Yeah, 2.5. The square books are kind of moving to 3 here a little bit. Give me the Jets today. Again, these are almost coin flips. I'm getting kind of flippy here. One last one, just going to pass here. Basically passing on a lot of this. Browns, and I never do that. All right, Browns and Seahawks here, though. Total here, 37 right now. This total actually looks like a pretty solid move to the under here, actually. With the Browns now favored here by 1. I'm going to take the Browns on the road here to beat the Seahawks today. The move here has been on the Browns a little bit. There's been two-way action from the Sharps. Let me just go through the plays. Twisted was nice enough to give us some sides and some totals. I really appreciate it. Thanks for joining me here on the Morning Steam. We'll be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific with more NFL preseason action. That's for sure. And also, of course, Major League Baseball. And thanks, you guys, for all those comments. Appreciate it. Dave, thank you. Great to see you here. Hope to see you here this I'll be seeing you. Of course I will. Hey, here's a little bit of steam for Dave. We've got a steam play. I didn't give out any plays, Dave, in those FCS games. Here I'm going to go with, or I'm not going to go with, but I'm going to give out a little steam here. Just came in. North Alabama and Southeast Missouri State over is being steamed right now. It was 56.5, and now it's 58. Well, I'll dive deep into that one, but that's a move I'd probably stay with. All right. Thanks, everybody. Catch you tomorrow. Appreciate you sticking with me here. And for Tony'sPicks.com, got to scroll all the way back to the top. For Tony'sPicks.com, I'm Ramon Scott.
Can it be showing up with Tony T? Yes, Ramon SEO. To the double T, be fuddling these bookies like 1, 2, 3. They tapping out and we cashing now. It's plain to see. The morning steam is the A-team, Mr. T. And I pity the fools who can't hang. Coming with real game is sort of a freight train. It's been reported bank rolls are easy to maintain. So get situated and listen to the picks. And it goes a little something like this.